I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Fossil Kajin Cosplay, and tonight we're watching with you guys Better Call Saul, episode 3 of season 2, Amarillo.
Yeah, something like that. Last episode, what happened?
Well, Jimmy kind of had a taste of his own slipping way when he had to help Mike with the guy who was so dumb that he bought a freaking Hummer.
Yeah, the police would not let that go, and Jimmy made up that story, that really weird story about I won't even, but still, he made up that story and it worked out. But he fabricated evidence, and when he was boasting to Kim was like, haha, it's funny, but then you presented false evidence. Like, this is illegal. If the firm you're working for finds out, it's over.
Come back and bite you in the ass.
Yeah, so she's like, I cannot hear about this any longer. But the way Saul was like, yeah, okay, no, you won't. I feel like it's not because he's gonna stop, it's because he's just gonna stop telling her.
Maybe.
Because there's one thing I noticed last episode, is that he seems a lot more happy doing his thing than he is working at the firm. So he's in a good place right now, but I feel like his inner struggle is gonna catch up, and he's gonna mess it all up. Chuck is just being a witness to it all, and he's almost waiting for him to fail. And as much as I want Jimmy to prove him wrong, I also know that Saul Goodman exists in the future, you know? So anyway, we're just gonna jump into episode 3 and see what he does next. See if we get to see more of Mike too. Be cool.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
So let's go.
Alright.
My name's Jimmy. I tried to visit you at Sandpiper, but they wouldn't allow me to.
So he needs to make up some schemes?
I saw your bus broken down. Here you are. Lucky me. Do you recall responding to a mailer from my law firm, Davis & Main of Santa Fe, New Mexico?
I don't know.
Well, we were looking to help any Sandpiper residents who may have been overcharged for basic goods and services. Now, does that ring a bell?
Oh, maybe. Was it yellow?
It's canary yellow. I'm here to make sure you get your money back.
What are you talking about? Who took Alma May's money?
Nobody took anybody's money exactly. Okay, it's not like the Sandpiper people, put on a ski mask and mugged Alma May here at gunpoint. It's just a little thing. It's just fairly innocent, but we need to fix it. You follow me?
It's innocent, but it's millions of dollars.
Georgie
He's
girl,
so fucking
thank you.
good.
It's all there, everything I need. Thank you so much. Enjoy your lunch. Alma May, you did it. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Henry.
He's a people person.
All right. Hey, Sue. Okay.
I'm gonna say it again, he'd be a great seller.
How about we move on to client outreach?
Jimmy.
Jimmy?
Turn.
You still with us?
I'm going to save you from having to brag. Over 200 new Sandpiper clients signed over the past 3 weeks. Well done, Jimmy.
Oh my god.
You. Thanks, Cliff.
How many people out there actually responded to our direct mailer?
1.
But you got 24 new clients from this one response? Might not some parties, the opposing counsel, for example, see this differential and conclude that there may have been some solicitation involved?
I did not solicit.
I'm just wondering how you account for your success, because it will definitely raise eyebrows over at Schweikert and Coakley.
These are close-knit communities. Let me tell you, word gets around real fast. If Dorothy in Phase 2 gets a new Rascal scooter, it's big news.
So these other 23 residents, they approached you.
Cliff, they heard the scuttlebutt before I crossed state lines.
No,
And
you
is it
have to
any
hijack a
surprise
bus.
that they wanna
He's
speak to the guy who was
twisting
there
the
to
law a little
show
bit.
them they may have money coming their way?
I think he's not doing anything illegal,
Howard?
but the way he's doing it is still... It's playing with the law.
A little bit.
It makes sense to designate someone to handle the scheduling. What I'm proposing is that we create a small team at D&M dedicated specifically to coordinating all elements of the individual.
I think she knows what's going on. She has a feeling.
I'm sorry, excuse me for interrupting. I just want to say that I take Chuck's point, I do. So I'm going to pull back. All right, no more Meet and greets at Sandpiper facilities. I'll find another way to proceed.
She's still a bit mad about the pie story.
We're trying to get a copy.
You said in there you'd find another way. Did you mean it?
Sure, absolutely.
The thing is, he went publicly in front of all of the 24
Yeah, he
seniors.
knew what he was doing.
Something very critical here. I put myself on the line to get you this job.
Okay. I thought it was because I'm sensational with old people.
Yeah, and who do you think told him that? And now everything you do reflects back on me with Howard, because ultimately I talked him into going out on a limb for you too. Do you understand? It's my word. It's my judgment.
Yeah.
You and I both know you can do this job.
The right way. He doesn't want to.
But please, you just have to do it right.
Last 2 nights I heard gunshots. First night they were maybe a block or two over. It woke me up. My first thought was firecrackers. I mean, that's what I assumed at the time. But then last night, there's no mistaking it. There was 3 of them. They were quick. Pop, 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 closer. It was like they were right outside the house.
I'm staying here tonight.
No, Mike, no. That's not necessary.
It is not a problem. I'll take the couch.
Mike, you asked, so I answered. Please don't make me sorry I told you.
Do you want help or not?
Well, she doesn't want him to make more blood on his hand or more, to be more involved in it. But
then she's awfully bad at pretending everything's okay. If she doesn't want to tell him. I know it might not be intentional.
sometimes you just need to talk about it because she did hear gunshot right in front of her
What about
backyard.
Colorado Springs?
What's up?
Yeah, it's Sandpiper mailers. Yeah, we should be getting responses of like 12 to 15%, but we're getting 1s and 2s. In Colorado Springs, 0. I'm thinking it's the staff. They're tossing the mailers before they can reach the residents. Maybe they got told to do it by the Sandpiper front office, which would be actionable as hell.
If we could prove it. Big if. Guess you better think of another way.
I think I got it. TV commercial. Guaranteed eyeballs. Lots of them. There's nothing Sandpiper can do about that.
We ran a commercial a few years back, another class action case. And it's not exactly my go-to, but generally speaking, I'm open to it. We will talk.
I sure hope it works. I want him to
Great.
succeed. And it's
That
not
might
so...
be the debut of a Saul Goodman publicity
I
career.
mean, maybe.
Pay attention. We open on Granny, and she is rocking. So she's back and forth. And then, very slowly and smoothly, the camera moves towards her.
Dolly?
A dolly. Good.
See a dolly here?
You guys didn't bring a dolly?
Nope, no dolly.
Okay, no dolly.
You work something out.
We will improvise then. Stay with me. She's rocking, shivering.
So that's it? Old lady in the chair? Chair commercial?
Does anybody like you?
I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. McGill.
She put so much makeup. I think it's the card, it's just
Pinball? Who's that?
she's paranoid though.
Well, who knows? No worries, it's just the newspaper.
How could she misinterpret that for a gunshot?
Well, it's loud enough that I thought that it was maybe pinball shot, and you know that a pinball shot resembles a gunshot, right?
Yeah.
And what happened with her husband and everything, and she's stressed enough.
Yeah.
You see it? It's right up there. You see that? You see the shape of it?
Yeah, but he was there last night and nothing happened.
You think maybe it's possible that you dreamed it? It happens sometimes.
I didn't dream it, Mike.
But he was
Because I
ready
didn't
to
sleep a
deny.
wink last night.
Yeah, she's not supposed
That
to know
came from
that.
a bullet. I mean, it must have. It wasn't there before last night. I promise you that, and I don't know.
Okay.
Like you would notice.
Okay.
Jesus.
I wonder if she's really losing it or if she's really trying to manipulate him somehow.
That's it. We're getting you and Kaylee out of this house. End of story.
Maybe not the study night, but before that, you think? She would have a look at the wall.
No, I mean, she's paranoid, but I wonder if it's genuine or if she's trying to manipulate him into giving them
You ever
stuff.
wonder about these things?
Please, be nice, be okay.
My husband and I scrimped and saved for so many years. We did our best to build a nest egg.
That's the
so
dolly.
we wouldn't be a burden to our family. After Ronald passed, I moved to an assisted living facility. A nice place. They told me they'd take care of everything, but then one day they said all my money was gone. How could that be? Where did it all go?
She's got a tear.
If you for a free consultation, call the law offices of Davis and Maine at 505-242-7700.
That's way better. Way better.
7700.
It's so different from what we're used to with him, though.
Well,
The dramatics are there, though.
You made that? It looks professional.
Of course it is. And the dolly.
I'm
Oh,
a showman.
shit.
If I were an 86-year-old Sandpiper resident, I'd be dialing.
I
I
like
can't
it.
believe Davis and Maine went for it.
well, I'm in charge of the department.
Yeah, but still, Cliff Maine was fine with this.
I mean, did he say
Let's celebrate.
otherwise?
Get more wine. You want some?
You didn't approve it?
Did he show it? No.
When she was asking about if the guy approved it, he felt uneasy, so... And when you look at what he approved the last time... I mean, trust in yourself. It's a really okay commercial.
Compared to what he's done after that, yeah, it is.
So everybody knows.
They know. Every line starting with 7700 has been rerouted to the bullpen.
Oh, so what time do you have?
Quarter after. It should be running now, right?
Thanks. I'll just be in my office.
It's easier. I mean, I think he's thinking if it's a success, it's going to be easier for him to say, I mean, can't we just roll with it? I know you didn't approve it, but it worked. And if it's a failure, well, he didn't present it, so...
Good afternoon, Davis and Maine attorneys and welcome. How may we help you? Now, to get your case started, may I ask for a name and...
Please continue to work.
Good afternoon, Davis and Maine, Sandpiper Hotline.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get back to you. Yes, ma'am. We'll be happy to send an information packet right out to you. May I ask, are you currently a resident of the Sandpiper Crossing facility?
Oh my gosh.
He did it.
Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
Something came in this evening, and it's definitely next level pay.
Yeah.
It's probably a long shot given your selectivity.
What's the job?
I asked. The guy wouldn't tell me. But whatever it is, it's serious money. He specifically asked for you.
And who's the guy?
You think?
I don't know.
You ran a commercial?
Yeah. And, oh my God, let me tell you, the response has
You
been...
ran a commercial without ever showing it to me, without first consulting me and my partners. Did you actually think that was going to fly? This commercial, I take it my firm's name is mentioned?
Yes. Yeah, Jesus.
Howard said you were a little eccentric. You didn't tell me you were a goddamn arsonist.
I apologize if there was any misreading of the situation on my part, but there's a very positive headline here. We got 103 phone calls today off a measly $700 ad buy. Now that kind of return on investment, you can't
Tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, my office, with the partners, and we want to see this thing.
Cliff, when you see this,
I know you.
it works so well, but oh my gosh.
Thank you.
His lack of confidence and it's just his need to succeed is messing it all up.
Yeah, but he represents a firm.
I know. He can't do things on his own anymore.
So what I miss? Anything blow up yet?
Okay, who's the guy? Maybe it's Ignacio, actually.
Ignacio, you
Well,
think?
he knows about him.
Oh, true. Maybe it is.
Like, how would Gus know about the guy? He hasn't heard of Mike yet.
Well, if Ignacio heard about Mike and presented Mike to Tuco will heard about Salamanca family.
He's trying to keep his business secret, so I don't know.
True. That looks
That's
to
not
be
Gus.
Ignacio.
Feeling cautious?
Yeah, it is.
I've got a problem. There's a guy. I need him to go away.
Okay. Ah, no! It's not really his type of work, though. That's not what he does. I wonder what guy he needs to go away.
I don't know. I don't think that it isn't Tuco because Tuco
No, it's
is
not
there in
Tuco.
Breaking Bad.
And I mean, although we still don't know if what Mike is gonna do. Like, I don't think if he like Mike's way of doing things is I get hired for a job, I do the job, that's it. So if he gets hired by Ignacio, he's not gonna turn around and betray him. He's gonna do his job. So I don't think it's Tuco. That might be someone that's gonna lead to something else in the future.
Maybe.
That's something that's going to put his name out there. It's true that he is part of the family, well, or is close to the Salamanca family, so that could help with getting Mike's name to Gus in the future. But right now, I don't think it has anything to do with that. But it has to do with his business, and he cannot ask his cousin, right?
Yep.
He cannot ask Tuco's help because he wants to keep his business a secret.
True.
Is Ignacio is Tuco's cousin?
No.
No, right.
I mean that through Ignacio, Mike's gonna heard about Tuco.
Yeah.
And through Tuco's gonna heard about the cousin and the
Probably.
business in Mexico with Gus.
Okay, so but right now Ignacio cannot allow Tuco to know about what he's doing because it's his business. Like Mike was saying, like you don't want him to know. So either he knows now and there's something to do with that, but in that case it means that Mike would have to go after Tuco, and I don't think he will because why is he still alive?
Bad.
So
True.
that's interesting. The daughter-in-law problem. I want to believe that she's paranoid, that what she thinks she's hearing is because she's under so much stress, and that's probably part of the problem. But there's also...
But Mike recognized the broken piece as a bullet.
Come on.
No? No?
Anything could have done that. And she's like, I would have noticed. No one notices these things. Do you look at your house's walls when you leave to make sure that there's no hole? She's under so much stress, she would have never noticed. So that's not what's happening. She's either really paranoid or she's trying to... I mean, when he was saying, like, did you call the police and stuff? Did you call the police? And he's insisting. And then she's like, yeah, but they didn't do anything. And then when he's saying, I'm going to stay, she's like, no, don't stay. It's suspicious to me, especially since the last time she did something like that. I was like, the way she's doing it, it's like, I don't want you to take care of my problems. But then she subtly, not so subtly, says that she has money problems. And then, hey, in comes Mike. To me, it feels like she's taking advantage of Mike's need to help them. And I know that Mike will do it no matter what. But it breaks my heart if that's the case, if that's what's happening, if she is taking advantage of Mike's generosity and his love for his granddaughter. It's really sad. And right now she wants to go in another what's the word? Neighborhood. Hey, neighborhood. And
come on, you can do it.
I can't. My English is terrible today, but still. she wants to move, and so once again he's gonna do a terrible, dangerous job in order to get that money, and he needs more and more money every time, and more money is what is gonna lead him to do these types of works and eventually work for Gus and his death.
Shot by Heisenberg and season 5 of Breaking Bad.
It's so sad to see, and I mean, I know that even if he's aware of what's happening, he's still going to help them out because he feels responsible for his son's death, which is terrible. Really, really terrible. And I hate to see this happen, which is why we might never know if she's just paranoid or if she's manipulating him somehow, or she thinks she is.
But what if this broken piece was really due to a bullet?
He was there the entire night. And she was saying, oh, it wasn't there yesterday.
Maybe it was, and she just didn't see it because
That's the
she
thing.
wasn't looking for signs.
And we know that what she heard was the newspaper being thrown. She's the only one who called. If she really called the police, she's the only one who called. No one else heard the gunshots. It's pretty loud. If she can hear a freaking newspaper, she can definitely hear a gunshot. And if she can hear it, others can hear it too. So if there was an actual gunshot, why is she the only one noticing?
I want to give her the benefit of the doubt.
I think, okay, there was never an actual gunshot. I don't think that's the issue. I think the issue is whether she's imagining it because she hears the newspaper and she's paranoid because of what happened to her husband. And she's been using the money, so maybe she feels that someone is after her. So she's paranoid. Or she wants Mike to pay more for stuff. Although that's
what, to think that she...
It's a stretch, okay? It's a stretch. So I think I will go with the paranoia thing. And she wants Mike's help. I mean, she asked for his help with the money, and now he's helping. But now that she's using the money, I feel like she might be feeling paranoid that someone is going to come after her and her daughter. And that's what's happening now.
What, you think that she created herself the broken piece on her wall?
Houses break down. Anything could have happened. There's holes everywhere. You just need to look. When you want to find evidence and you're so paranoid and so focused on it, you will find that evidence. You will make it up in your mind. That doesn't look, I mean, I don't think there was any gunshot. I think she's paranoid. Or making it up, but then in that case...
Who threw a newspaper at 2 in the morning?
People that want to do it in the morning. Like, or later on in the morning, that they have stuff to do, so... It's weird, but it happens. Anyway. But yeah, Jimmy now. Jimmy, at the beginning, that was brilliant, but then...
Well, yes and no, because he had to find a solution because Sand and Paper Company wouldn't allow him to go and visit the...
Solicitation is frowned upon, and it can be used in court as in, oh, you manipulated them into signing up with you and stuff. So that's not good. It doesn't mean he cannot meet with clients, but then they have to reach out to him. And what he did, without completely breaking the law, it's twisting it to his advantage, which Kim knows, which Chuck knows, which a lot of people know, and we know that that's Jimmy's thing, to twist the law. That's the thing. Saul, I don't think he broke any laws. Most of the time he doesn't break any laws. He just twists it to his advantage.
Found a loophole in it, yeah.
Yeah, he finds loopholes, so that's what he did. He did not solicitate anyone, but he took care of speaking loud and clear about what he was doing to invite the others to ask him about the thing. So that's what's going on. And Kim noticed, that's why she's angry with him. And Chuck knows what's going on. I hate that Chuck he has a right to bring it up because it's true that if Jimmy's ways are questioned in the future, that might cause a problem. I just hate the motivation behind it. Like, he has to put him down. He has to find something. He's looking at him directly, and no one else noticed, but he's the one that really wants to see Jimmy fail, so he's pinpointing everything he does. I hate the motivation. So that's pissing me off. But then he was right to point that out, and so for Jimmy to try to do it legally, that's great.
Straightly, legally.
It is legal. it is legal.
bifurcation.
It is legal to use a commercial. What's illegal is that he used someone's company name without their consent.
Yeah.
And that's fraud. That's not real.
Well, he's a member of the firm. And the thing is that if the partners do not approve the commercial, that commercial represents their own interests as a firm.
And it kind of gives hope to people. It says, you call and we will do this. And, it puts limits, boundaries, and it lays down promises that if they don't approve of, they will still have to abide by these because it ended up on TV,
So, shout out for Jimmy for thinking about that commercial, but you will have to show it to your boss before airing it. And even if it was just a test, you could have just asked for your boss to, maybe we can just do a run test with a few people and see if it works. And after that, we just forget about it.
I feel like Jimmy feels confident when he's doing his thing, but when he's doing the right thing, he's so afraid of failing and just being reminded that he's a good-for-nothing lawyer that can only do his scam in order to succeed. That's why he didn't show it to the boss, because he was afraid that the boss was going to be like, this is bullshit. And if you look at the commercial he approved of, it's really different. So maybe he felt like that was not going to be good enough unless he showed actual results, which he did, but the harm was already done. So I'm interested in what they're going to say to the actual commercial. I'm really scared for what's going to happen to Jimmy after that, but we'll have to see. We'll see how he digs himself out of that hole. And when Kim heard,
180 singing calls for that?
Yeah, that's good results, but he still has to do it the right way, which he's not doing right now. And when he goes back to Kim and he's like, did anything blow up yet? I'm like, oh, this is going to blow up when she hears. If they don't go for it, if he has to bite the bullet and deal with the consequences, she will hear and she will not be happy about it. Because like she said, everything he does reflects on her judgment, because she pushed him for this.
True.
So, fucking hell. This is getting really good. It's already good, but
I just hope that the partner is gonna approve of the commercials.
Although I hate to see him struggle like this, and I hate the consequences that follow him everywhere he goes and whatever he does, I really love to see what Jimmy has in mind every time he puts up something. The commercial idea was so funny. The fake tear.
What did he say it was? Again?
I heard Vaseline, which usually sometimes some people would use something in TV shows and movies. We could use something similar to Vaseline to recreate fake tears that don't really, in makeups you would use that. So that could be that. It could be something else too. The idea for the dolly was really good too. That was so cool. Anyway, but I'm still, focused on what the problem is right now. So, anyway. We'll move on. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
Yep, so if you're watching now, guys, don't forget to subscribe. And if not, wait for the next one to go out on YouTube, which will be soon.
Very soon.
Alright, see you
Bye,
then, guys.